You have found the Open Eclectic Podcast, where Nate and Josh talk about everything from mobile games to books to pet peeves to cars to toys. Our interests run eclectic and we're open to more. Welcome to the Open Eclectic.
Welcome back, everyone. What was the last episode we did?
It's been a while. I wasn't feeling too well a couple of weeks ago when we were going to record, and it kind of just has been like a one thing leads to another bit of nonsense. So,
nonsense.
Yeah, tomfoolery. We talked about the Super Bowl last time, so it's been a while.
Is that really the last thing we did?
That is the last episode, March 3.
Wow.
Man, it's been a while. Thank you for your patience.
Yes, I know our one loyal listener. Well, I'm aware of two. We discussed this. We're aware of two of them.
Yeah. They've been chomping at the bit for us to get moving, and here we are. And, you know, we're doing this now, and we're going to do it again in a week. So
that's right. And next week is going to be really exciting. Should we spoil it? Or should we just I mean, not spoil it, but, you know, give a little taste of what's coming?
Well, maybe before we get too far, welcome everybody back to another exciting episode of the Open Eclectic.
Yes, welcome.
I'll give you a moment to guess at what we're doing tonight. Interesting. I hadn't thought of that, but send me an email, otherwise I'll forget. Thank you. I'm Josh, and of course, my delightful co-host, Nate.
Yeah, that's me. Hi.
That's him.
You know, I was kind of wondering, we were talking, I was like, when are we going to actually, are we going to, actually intro this? Or are we just going to, just a cold open, go into it?
There's no intro, it just starts. Boom.
Yeah, I'm looking at our stats for the podcast. We got a badge from Podbean. That's where we host, the podcast. We have 2 badges. We got congratulations on publishing your first episode, and congratulations on publishing 10 episodes.
Well, look at us go. And we already have another one lined up. And next week, as Nate was alluding to, or the next episode, I should say, might not be a week for...
Might be a little longer than a week for you.
Yeah.
For listeners, yeah.
But we're going to do a no-holds-bar, in-depth discussion about the Batman.
Yes.
With a special guest.
Should they remain a mystery until...
Yeah, why not?
Sure, yeah.
I'll give you a hint. It's not Andy Dufresne.
Nope. It's not Red. What was Red's last name? Do you have a last name in the movie?
I don't know. I don't remember his last name.
Red was here.
Right. Anyway.
So next week, or when we record, it's mostly going to be probably Josh and our guest talking, and me just being like, "Yeah, I saw the movie. It was cool. My favorite Batman is George Clooney."
Don't sell yourself short. It'll be fine.
We'll see.
Be fine.
I did ask them. Notice how I'm saying I'm keeping it very vague. I asked them if I should do any homework, and they gave me a few. They gave me some things to research.
Yeah, some things to read.
So I got a week. They said Frank Miller's Year One, Dark Knight Returns.
And The
Dark Knight Strikes Again.
Yep.
The Man Who Laughs.
Interesting.
The Nightfall storyline, which is massive, so I probably won't be able to.
I have a novelization of that if you want to. That would be a lot shorter.
I
think I do.
Loaned this to me years ago, and I read it. It was just one novel, one I read. 250 pages. I read that.
That was one of my first forays.
But it was a long time ago
into reading Batman, actually.
One of mine too. It might have been. That was probably the first thing of Batman that I read.
Yeah, that's a good way. That's a solid start.
Of course, I don't remember much about it except Bane and Nightfall, right? Or no?
Yeah.
No.
Real?
Yes.
Yeah.
Long Halloween, which I bought that collection when you and I worked together.
That's right.
And Dark Victory, Red Hood, and Hush.
Interesting.
And apparently you can watch a lot of these. They have a lot of animated movies based on these on HBO, so I should check those out. That might be my shortcut.
Mask of the Phantasm is my hard recommendation to anybody interested in Batman. That is my definitive version of Batman in my headcanon.
Mask of the Phantasm.
Is the Batman the Animated Series show, and then, of course, the movie they made, which I've talked about ad nauseum. But, yeah, those are all good things to check out. Court of Owls is pretty good. Yeah.
There's another one that was recommended to me by somebody that I work with. I don't know if did I just say this? The Killing Joke? I think I did say that.
Yeah, that was some of those on that list definitely tend toward the much darker side of the
Killing Joke is really dark because it's from
really
a
dark
Joker henchman's point of view or something.
Yeah,
and it basically starts with a murder.
Yeah, I mean, it's some of those are very brutal and stuff. But anyway, we'll see what
we'll do that
you
next
can get done
week.
between now and then.
Yeah, we'll see how well I do.
Yeah.
My penchant for being extremely lazy, procrastination.
Well, Mask of the Phantasm is a really quick movie. I'll point out too.
Okay. Is that on HBO?
I think it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I did one night. I did get on HBO and I watched the first episode of the animated series.
Did you? That's pretty good too.
Which was Catwoman and Batman just whoosh.
Yeah.
And then what's her face? Red Claw.
Was she in that first episode?
Yeah.
I forgot about that. I forgot how that series started, honestly.
I can't remember if that was because it was 2 parts.
Yeah.
And
yeah. Very rarely
they hijack a train and
are those 2-parters, and very rarely is there an arc that continues from episode to episode. So you could watch any episode. I'll send you the title of my favorite one, and you should watch that. You're gonna love it.
Okay, all right.
Or you'll think it's okay, and that'll be that.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. So
anyway,
we had a suggestion here a couple of weeks ago by a friend to sample some beverages.
Friend of the podcast,
friend of ours.
So yes,
I did want it. So okay, real quick though. Sorry. Again, very open, very eclectic. A few episodes ago, we talked about how it would be funny to get a mafia Goomba or some guy who was in that life to come to Nebraska and sample our Midwestern Italian food.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Go eat at Valentino's and be like, "This is the best Italian food I've ever had."
Yeah. And so there's a guy who has a YouTube channel. His name is Michael Franchisi. He was in the mafia. And he's got videos, and he does breakdowns of different movies and different things like that. And he's breaking down Donnie Brasco, which is one of my favorites. And apparently he met the real Donnie Brasco. While he was in the mob, he met this guy
who was pretending to be in the mob.
Pretending to be in the mob. Anyway, so
spoilers.
He does this breakdown of the kitchen scene from Donnie Brasco, about how all of those guys at that point thought they were God's gift to cooking, but they could barely function in the kitchen at the same time. It was really weird. Anyway, so based on some of the stuff that he said, I was man, if the Grand Italian Buffet here was open still,
oh my god,
I would have sent him a message to be hey, listen, I can't pay for you to come here, but if you do, you got to try out Valentino's. I would love to get, just because he's a real mafia guy.
Hey, I don't know. I think I'm thinking of Chicago, real, actual pizzeria places. But I'm we should send him a Valentino's pizza, pack it in dry ice. You can
yeah, sure you can
send it to him and just be can you make the cook this in your oven and eat it and then just tell us how terrible
Give
it is.
us a review. Let us know. Oh man,
we'd probably get sued by Valentino's or something.
I would love to be sued by Valentino's.
That would be pretty awesome, actually. Well.
So yeah, his name is Michael Franchisi. I'll send you a link, Nate. I meant to do it earlier this week and I forgot, but it's just he's pretty great. He's got some very interesting things to say about some of the movies and the life.
So has he done the Godfather movies and Goodfellas and
sometimes he just does scenes And sometimes he does like
The whole
movie,
whole
and
thing.
he's got a few that he ranks on like realism. So even though the movie's obviously made for like entertainment, there's one video where he talks about how
Does he do The Sopranos?
there's a yeah, and he did it based on an episode that I just watched too, where what's his name demands a sit down because of what people have been saying about his wife.
95-pound mole.
Jenny Sachs. Yeah. So it's he just has some really cool stuff, and he breaks down that scene like really tight, and he's like, okay, first of all, like this couldn't happen, this wouldn't happen, but if it did, which is possible, just unlikely, he's like, this would have happened and this would have happened, and like they did this, which makes a lot of sense, and blah blah blah. And it was really cool, very informative. He did say that like in The Sopranos, they have like this thing where they're like, oh yeah, this is what the government uses in Iraq or whatever to block cell phone. It's untraceable. And he's like, it's cool. It makes for like a cool thing in the show. He's like, but nobody trusted cell phones. Like nobody did.
So they just didn't use them?
No.
I mean, it's for good reason. I mean, I would think.
So but other than that, he was like, oh yeah, this is great. And you can see how, what's his name? Sachs. What's his first name?
Johnny?
Is it Johnny? Oh yeah. And when Johnny's like sits down and he doesn't have any like hard facts, but he wants them to whack a guy and all this stuff, and he's like, oh yeah, he keeps digging himself into a hole here that like he can't get out of, and sure enough, by the end he doesn't. Anyway, Michael Franchese, fantastic YouTube channel.
All right, check it out.
I'll send you a link. I meant to do that earlier this week, but it's a busy week.
Yeah, I still think we should get him to try Valentino's pizza.
Can you imagine bringing him to like the Grand Italian buffet?
Like, okay, Michael, I know you're in for like real authentic Italian, so here's our chicken fingers, mashed potatoes,
or smiley face potato puffs,
tacos, corn,
pizza that's been under the heat lamp for unknown amount of time. They make this days in advance, man. You can't beat it anywhere.
Oh man.
Oh, that'd be great.
I mean, I know they were going, to trying to cater to like everyone with all the options they had, but it's just
everyone was too many people to cater to.
Yeah, it's like
it was pandering.
It's like they made slop that was edible, and of course, I'm a slob, so I'll eat whatever. I'm a pig, but it's like they just kind of make it generic and bland enough that it's like it approximates whatever ethnic group they're trying to. Because I think didn't they have like Chinese food?
Sometimes there was like a rotating thing where sometimes it was American, sometimes it was like Chinese, vaguely Chinese.
And then they have the whatever Mexican. They had tacos.
Mexican was a regular thing. It reminded me of the end of Goodfellas when Henry Hill is talking about how being in the witness protection and living in the Midwest, and how he ordered Italian food to be delivered. He's like, what I got was ramen noodles and ketchup.
Yeah, he wanted like marinara and like I don't know if he said like a specific pasta type, but he's like I got ramen noodles and ketchup.
Yeah, and I always think because you ordered from Valentino's.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like, but they're like, they claim to be like to come from like Italian stock.
I'm sure it was like, because I've heard the tales of like old school, like the original Valentino's and how good it was and how everybody loved it and stuff.
So that one is
morphed.
That one's still around, right?
Is it? I don't know.
See, that's the one where we should send him.
Yeah.
If we have the power to send this ex-mafioso guy.
I mean, if we get enough Ko-Fis, I'm sure he would.
Hey, we'll make him a coupon. Like, here's a coupon. From Valentino.
I owe you. Yeah.
All right.
Anyway.
So should we get into what we're doing tonight?
Let's talk about what's on the table.
What's literally on the table.
Yeah.
So this idea that was given to us by a friend of the podcast was to try a bunch of different energy drinks and basically give our thoughts on it.
Yeah. I don't think all of these are strictly energy drinks. I see some Easter eggnog on the table.
Yeah.
Which I think in my mind is going to be the palate cleanser.
Sure. I picked that up at the grocery store today, by the way.
Yeah. And then I made some TikTok style coffee. So we'll.
Is that where you got this from?
Yeah, a bunch of people try it and they put like a shot or two of espresso in their orange juice in the morning.
Sounds gross.
And they love it. And friends at our game night table have tried it, and we've all agreed it's very peculiar.
So that's the first thing we're trying.
So we're trying it two ways. We have espresso and orange juice, and then we have espresso and like raspberry lemonade, because why not?
Sure.
And I used Simply, what's it called?
Simply the best.
Yeah.
Simply orange.
Simply orange or whatever. It's supposed
So,
to be
okay, everybody, we're doing ASMR today, so this is what I'm drinking. I'm going to try and make it so you can hear the liquid.
Oh, this is getting uncomfortable. Just drink it.
Okay. Orange juice, espresso. Whoa.
I feel like the orange juice isn't prevalent enough.
Whoa.
It's too much espresso.
See, mine's a little different. I mean, it's like
have to finish
OJ.
it.
It's OJ with an odd.
But like rancid.
Yeah, really. It's rancid, but it's not like it's rancid tasting, but it's not rancid like it's gonna make you like hurl. Like it's okay.
Yeah, like it's gone off or something. I don't know. You don't feel obligated to finish any of this, because I certainly
it's
won't.
like I got this like, you get that taste in the back of your throat that lingers, from whatever
Mm-hmm.
it is, and it's that coffee, that espresso kind of taste in the back of my mouth, but everything else when I taste it is just OJ.
Yeah.
So it's like I get the lingering espresso, aftertaste, but the initial taste is OJ.
Yeah, it's very weird. A lot of people serve it over ice. I think what we did before at one of the game nights is I think I put cream in mine, or I had like some whipped cream or something that I put in there, and it was like it was kind of like a savory creamsicle.
Now, is it supposed to be hot or is it supposed to be cold?
It's supposed to be cold. This is a little lukewarm.
Okay.
But it's supposed to be just 2 fresh shots in your ice cold orange juice. And I had some again tonight. I still don't. Still not going to be something I make on a regular basis.
Okay. Yeah. I'd almost rather just have OJ and then like have my coffee on the side, like just like normal people.
Like, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna jump into the raspberry lemonade though, because what I wanted to get was the limeade. I thought that would pair with the espresso better.
Okay.
But they didn't have any.
So this is raspberry lemonade and espresso.
Yeah.
It's gonna be kind of chunky with the.
Because it's pulpy. Interesting. Okay. I gotta double dip this.
I like that one better. Mm-hmm. This tastes much better.
Like that seems like an actual drink, as opposed to some sort of weird prank.
Yeah. See, this doesn't. The lemonade is like strong enough to like.
Drown out this.
Well, it covers up that aftertaste. Like I don't get that aftertaste. I just have that pleasant raspberry lemonade taste.
Yeah, that was not too bad. I don't.
Are you sure you put the same amount of espresso in both?
Roughly, yeah.
Yeah, that lemonade definitely like neutralizes the espresso.
Yeah, the raspberries kind of pops well, because some coffees have like a fruity like undertone. It's usually citrus, but I think the raspberry works.
The fruity note of the.
Yeah. Well, I think I might even try to perfect that raspberry lemonade espresso, but the orange, every time I have it, I don't like it.
Nah. I feel like it would make my stomach hurt.
Yeah, don't want to drink too much of that.
Because they're both like acidic, right? It's like or the coffee and then orange juice.
Yeah, they're both very acidic, kind of in different ways. So I think that's.
I mean, I'm not like a culinary expert or anything like that. So,
Yeah.
All right. So what's next? Do we want to cleanse the palate with some eggnog? Or?
Well, I'll tell you what we have. It looks like I'm missing one from the table, or is that what this is?
This
Hold
one?
on. Yes.
Well, hold on. You sent me a picture earlier.
I'm missing one.
It's missing.
Because it has it's a can, and it had like a Sour Patch Kid thing.
Oh yeah. That's Ghost.
Yeah, Ghost.
Ghost.
Not that.
Yeah, you got. I don't know if we don't want to spoil it all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You should have 6 cans or bottles. 5 cans at a bottle.
Here it is. All right, from face. There's the. I knew it. See, there was one second. Okay. Yeah. So which one of these are you thinking?
Well, I will say that I think I have had. Well, I know I've had that one before.
This one.
It's been a while.
Okay.
I don't know. Let's try the.
Let's go with the kombucha.
Yeah.
All right. So I grabbed the brand is Remedy kombucha, which I hear like a lot about. It's like a buzzword now, I feel like, but I've never had it.
You never had Remedy, or have you never had kombucha?
Yes, to both. Never had either.
So kombucha is.
It's like rotten tea or something?
Basically. So
that's what I hear.
Yeah, it's like fermented mushroom crud stuff.
Okay.
And so I'd had it like one time, like a long time ago. I think we were at Nelnet. We went to the coffee house down on whatever street that's on.
Yeah.
And they have just bottled kombucha.
Okay.
And I was like, this tastes like a gym sock. And that was like, 15 years ago or whatever.
Let's see if this is any better. So this is specifically the raspberry lemonade.
Okay.
It's naturally flavored.
Yeah.
It's an 11-ounce can, which is kind of unusual.
How much caffeine's in it?
Oh, man. There's all kinds of weird stuff on the back of this. We started Remedy on our kitchen counter with moldy food that we just scraped into a bucket.
Yes.
Yeah. Delicately brewed for 30 days. Sparkling, live, cultured. No sugar, for real. Our kombucha is raw, vegan, and unpasteurized. Best served chilled, so I got that part right.
This isn't making me feel better about it.
Kind of makes me feel worse.
No, so so what I wanted to say is
a caffeine content on here. But it has black tea leaves, green tea leaves, kombucha culture.
so the tea is probably is gonna give us a good.
When it tells you that there's
amount.
bacteria in the ingredients list, I think that's a weird.
It's just kombucha, man.
Okay, I guess.
So I hadn't had it. So I hadn't had it since that time, a long time ago. And
Okay.
Someone gave Wanda a bottle of it in like a gift basket or something, like a care basket when she was sick. And she's like, I don't want this. Do you want it? And I was like, sure. Well, I'm like, what the heck? It's probably gonna be gross. And then I drank. I'm like, it's not bad. Then I had some more on a vacation a couple months ago. Wanda's sister and her husband, they make their own. They're really into kombucha.
Okay.
They make their own.
And
they sing its praises. So I'm like, and they bought it, like we were on a trip together with them, and they bought a big bottle from the store of kombucha, and I'm like, this is really good. So
wow. Right,
I might be being converted here, but
okay.
This energy drink is very interesting to me.
Let's crack this open. All right, sounds crispy,
Josh
y'all.
just cracked the can open.
I'm gonna pour it into the glass. Let's see if you can pick this up or not.
Oh yeah.
All right, Nate.
See, not a single chunk of plant matter or
I'm really not.
Oh yeah, you can smell.
Can you?
It's
All right.
when you say
What do you
fermented and
smell?
you smell it, you're like, yeah, definitely.
Oh, notes of
Gym socks.
gym sock.
All right, here we go. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a raspberry lemonade gym sock. Amazing. It has like a mushroomy cheese.
No way.
You not get that? Do you not get that? Okay, let me take.
No,
another
it just
hit.
tastes like raspberry to me.
I don't know what kind of raspberries you eat, my man.
Yeah, I would drink this. This is fine. What store did you get this at?
Hy-Vee.
Okay. All right.
No, I definitely get the. Yeah, the like fermented kind of afternotes in
When
there.
you put your nose in the glass, like when you're trying to get the last, like the dregs, you're like, then you're like, yeah, that's like.
I'm gonna start a dump cup of all my unconsumed stuff, and then I'll sample it at the end.
You're like, this is like, that's like 3-day no shower armpit.
That is something, man. Oof. It's
But you actually drink it and you're like, this just tastes like raspberry. To me, it tastes like raspberry.
That's
a good one. I like that one.
okay if you say so.
So you're gonna make a suicide shot?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry.
It's better than the sorry. It's better than the orange juice and espresso, but not by much.
I would say it's way better. I think the kombucha, just the whole aura of it is kind of an acquired taste. You got to get used to it, I think.
Okay. I think it's primarily hype. I don't know. We'll see.
I don't really know what the benefits are of kombucha, like why it's
people talking
so
about it
good
like
for
it's
you. I'm like, it smells like a sock and it tastes okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I said, so you're making a what was known as
I don't finish, I'm just dumping it all into one cup, and then I'll sample that at the end of the night. Bottoms up.
I know they used to call those when you mix like all the soda flavors, like they call that a suicide.
Yeah, I don't know
soda.
if they call it.
But I'm like, that seems that's pretty insensitive now. So maybe I shouldn't be calling it.
I feel like there's like a new thing they call it, but I don't know what that is.
What do the TikTok kids call it?
I don't know.
Apparently, so I don't go on. I'm not on TikTok, but I'm on Reddit, as we know, as everyone knows. So they, TikTok videos get reposted on there all the time.
True.
And like one of the things, apparently it's a thing where kids like buy a bunch of energy drinks and mix them with candy.
Ugh.
And so like the title of this post is like, it's not like positive towards it. They're like, man, I hate Monster Kids. And it's like all these kids, it's just like a shot of a bowl and like 3 or 4 hands just in there cracking open Monsters and dumping them in the bowl. And then like putting like sour gummy worms with like the sugar on it and like mixing it all together. And I'm like, I really want to try it, but I also
don't.
I don't want to try it.
Yeah.
Because you're mixing like, because there's God knows what in the energy drinks. It's
right.
Like kidney stones are us, basically. I'm amazed I haven't gotten any yet, but
you're not wrong.
Okay, so what's next?
Well, what do you think?
I kind of want to try this.
All right, yeah, crack it open.
The Monster Mule, which is it's by Monster, obviously. Inspired by the famous bar call that includes the Russian capital, Monster Mule is no ordinary energy drink. Spicy sweet ginger and backed up with zesty lime notes. So let's see. This one should have a caffeine content.
Is it gonna back me up?
Is it gonna what you up?
Well, you said it was backed up. I was just asking if it was gonna back me up.
No, it should go right through you. So the energy blend, the Monster Energy Blend, taurine, L-carnitine, caffeine, inositol, caffeine from all sources, 160 milligrams per can. Now, I usually drink like the sugar-free or the low-calorie drinks. This one is a fully leaded 210 calories per can.
Wow.
So, here we go.
Ooh, crispy.
Let me see if I get a waft of... Oh, yeah. If you've ever had a Moscow Mule, it smells like that.
So a standard 8-ounce cup of coffee has 95 milligrams. That looks good. Whatever. Yeah.
All right. So here you go, Josh. How much? 90?
95.
For just a regular cup of coffee.
Yeah, for a regular 8-ounce cup of coffee. I don't know who only drinks 8 ounces at a time, but there it is.
Oh, this is strong. The ginger and lime is strong with this.
Yes, it is.
Are you ready? Should we do it?
It smells... Okay, yeah. Yeah.
It's definitely more... It's not as crisp as drinking an actual Moscow Mule, I'll say.
This doesn't taste like mule at all.
Yeah. This tastes like lemon or lime, lime and ginger.
What does this say like a mule?
I mean, so it's definitely got a lot of like that sugary, just ambiance about it.
I don't think I like this one.
I thought I would like this, and it would be like refreshing.
Right? I want to like it really bad.
It tastes like they took, that plastic bottle lime juice.
Yeah,
the stuff that that crap you get at the store, like that you use
from the positive terminal of your car for the battery. Yeah. That's basically what it is.
Yeah, that you use when you don't have fresh fruit, and you squeeze it. It tastes like they just filled the can with that. Honest, I mean,
yeah, it's pretty. I don't know.
It's pretty like, bleh.
It's pretty. Yeah,
I would not buy this.
don't recommend.
Do not.
Because it really sounds good. Is the problem?
It smells good.
It smells
and you
great.
drink it, and you're just like,
I think it needs to be cut with something. You know, like
it needs to be lighter. Maybe this is just like
crush up some mint and pour it over that. Little extra like fresh lime.
What if you cut it with like just cut it with like sparkling water or something, or like a soda water or something,
Sprite or a seltzer or something? I don't know.
Because I'm like, maybe I'm biased because I'm not used to like that thick, sticky, the full sugar.
I think it's the full sugar
flavor
for me that's really pushing it off.
Because like I don't drink regular soda or these types of energy. I mean, I very rarely will drink a 200 calorie energy drink. So I don't know. It's okay. If I would say if people are fans of Moscow Mules, they try it out. Or if you like the flavors, ginger, lime, or if you're a big Monster head, you like Monsters.
Yeah. If you want a ginger energy drink, go for it.
Do it.
Because it is kind of gingery. I think it maybe needs. Now I kind of like my flavors on the bolder side, so I think maybe some fresh ginger in the glass would probably tip it up.
Ooh.
Like the pickled ginger, like you get at the Chinese restaurants.
Oh yeah.
A little of that in the glass with that on top. I think you might have a nice drink there.
Okay.
It's like almost good.
All right.
Now,
what's next?
let's do this one.
Ghost.
This is a zero sugar energy drink. Ghost. Sour Patch Kids Blue Raspberry.
They have a whole bunch of those candy like themed ones. This always reminds me of like Snapchat because it's a ghost.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it does. It's kind of weird. The can is like really, actually, it's really nice. It's textured. The Sour Patch Kids that are on there are raised a little bit. So that's kind of interesting. The back of it says, legendary energy, epic focus, zero sugars, no artificial colors. I think if you're drinking an energy drink, artificial colors are probably the least of your problems, but 1,000 milligrams of Canapure carotene, 200 milligrams of natural caffeine,
Natural.
150 milligrams alpha GCP, 50%. I don't know what that means. 100% of 4 daily vitamins.
What 4 are they?
Who knows? 100 milligrams of neurofactor, which must be what gives you the epic focus.
Yeah, that sounds sciencey and
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, it's vegan friendly. Doesn't mean it is vegan, but it's friendly.
Okay.
I think that's a weird thing to put. Oh, soy free, sugar free, gluten free. So this actually is going to be a little bit of a problem for me. I'm going to try some, but just so you know, I am gluten intolerant. So gluten free is very problematic for me.
Oh, you need gluten?
Yeah. Ooh, had a nice snap to it. I should have got that closer to the mic.
I think I've had a ghost before. I can't remember which flavor it was.
The can creaks really weird. Interesting.
I think it's like wrapped. It's got a wrap on it. I'm
Is that
pretty
what it
sure
is?
It's probably what.
You know what? I think you're right. How much you want? That's probably more than enough.
Oh yeah. I do like Sour Patch Kids, so
Yeah.
although it kind of looks like when you pour. Oh yeah, that's got a Sour Patch smell. But
I feel like
I'm excited about this one.
Such as a Sour Patch Kid drink, I feel like we should take the glass and like crush it into like sugar, like a margarita glass, Except instead of salt, do sugar.
Yeah.
Because Sour Patch Kids.
No, and what's amazing is this smells more like better to me and like smells more sugary than the Moscow Mule one.
Yeah.
And this is sugar free.
It smells like it's clear though, which is always disturbing to me.
Who knows how what unholy things they do in the labs where they come up with this stuff.
No artificial colors. So this is the natural.
This is what Sour Patch Kids look like when they're in liquid form.
Apparently blue raspberry Sour Patch Kids are clear.
All right, here we go. Wow. Whoa.
That tastes like a liquid Sour Patch Kid.
Yeah.
That's
I love Sour Patch Kids.
kind of enjoyable.
I love sour candy, so
Yeah, I could have the sour ratcheted up a tiny bit for me, but like overall,
hey, if you want to be like a monster kid, you can just drop a couple pieces of candy in there.
If they had sugar-free Sour Patch Kids, I probably would.
Now,
know
would
if
the
they do or
sugar-free
not.
Sour Patch Kids have the same
I really like this.
poop energizing as the sugar-free Haribo? Have you heard about that?
Yes, you got to be careful when you eat sugar-free candy and sugar replacement stuff because it does affect your bowels differently. So if you eat too much, either it'll back you up or it'll give you the runs.
It'll open you up.
And it'll just open it up. Which I guess if you ever need to do a cleanse, maybe that's good to know.
Just buy a bag of sugar-free is it Haribo or Haribo?
Any
Haribo?
sugar-free stuff, actually. So I actually have some sugar-free Russell Stover stuff, which is actually probably some of the best sugar-free candy I have. And you can tell when you're eating it. You're like, yep, this will do something to you if you eat too much.
Well, like the lore, like the stories it's always about the Haribo bears.
Yeah.
But
yeah. I think it's probably Haribo themselves being like,
you know what?
let's get people talking about it.
We're gonna sell more candy. I mean, people are gonna like blow out their insides, but we might be liable for some deaths. But we're gonna move some product.
I have questions about that, but all right.
Yeah, this is good.
It's not bad, right?
I like
it's
this.
Kind of solid.
It's definitely sour.
It is
Definitely pucker.
just a little bit, right? All right. So none of that got put into my dump glass because I finished it.
Yep.
It was quite tasty, actually.
I've been wondering what are we gonna do with these cans when we're done because they're all gonna be like 7/8 full. 90%. That's not 90%. Cut that out. What's 7 divided by 8? Does anybody know?
We're just sipping off the top. This is for fun.
That's close. It's 87.5.
So none of these, almost all of these are, all but one of these is a can. Just dumping them down the drain. Honestly, I can't.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what? We're just gonna have to sacrifice this for the art, for the story.
Absolutely. And I could dump them all into a pitcher and like put them in my fridge, save it for the next game night.
Oh my god, dude, that would be hilarious. Just let it ferment the kombucha. The kombucha's
because they won't have listened. I don't think they have an opportunity to listen to this probably before.
When are we supposed to play again?
Before they've had a chance to listen to it, except for one, because I think only one of our group listens.
Yeah,
and
which is fine.
Fine. Yeah,
it's a big commitment to listen to us because our recordings are usually pretty long.
Yeah,
but that's fine.
Actually, we're at 39 minutes right now, so let's call it a night. That's it. Thank you.
All right, kids, we're done. Bye.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that one really. Okay. Go ahead and
so this is actually the second can of this that I have been given. And the first can I've never opened, and I just leave it on my fridge somewhere because I don't think you're meant to drink these. It's the Bob Ross Positive Energy Drink.
See that? It's cool, but it makes me think it's like one of those things you'd pick up at the Rocket Fizz, the candy novelty store.
They have them there.
Or like, the Duff energy drink thing, like all the like the ranch flavored, energy drink, or just the weird stuff. So I'm be curious to see what this tastes like.
There is a whole slew of quote vitamins and chemicals listed on the back. So this will be interesting. And I've heard things about this. So I am a little nervous, but I'm also excited.
What things have you heard about it?
I believe this product is made in the United States, though. It's got a little flag on it, so...
Oh. Does that mean it's safer for us to...
I think it means it's worse.
Oh.
Average open, kind of what you'd expect.
What color? Okay, wait. What color do you think it's going to be?
I just peeked in there, so I can't... What color do you think it's going to be?
I think it's going to be... It's going to have that... It's going to be pea yellow. Oh my god, it's bright blue. What's the flavor? What flavor is it?
Phthalo blue. It's positive energy.
Oh.
There's no flavor.
My god.
It tastes like the sky.
Just smelling. Some happy little trees.
It probably tastes like his paint. Phthalo blue.
Yeah, it's made out of his paint. It's like there's a little dab of Bob's paint in each can. Wow, it's really...
That has a pungent smell.
It smells like something that comes out of the candy store, the novelty energy drink store.
Is this kombucha? That's gonna be the new thing I say all the time.
My God,
Cue the catchphrase, which I'll never say again.
Take a picture of this.
Yeah, I was just thinking that too. Like, all right.
Yeah, like what is like? Aren't there creatures with blue blood? Like, was this Fifth Element? Is the singer? Woof. Woof.
Yeah. I don't usually do a lot of pictures of like food and stuff, but like once in a while, this is like a Star Warsy looking drink. It's got a really, really intense fizz and shade of blue that you could use this on the set of a Star Wars movie as some blue drink thing.
All right. Are we ready to try it? We're both like taking pictures.
I know, we're like, oh, let's take a picture.
Send it to things.
And I'm gonna send it to you because of course I would.
I'm not. This kind of scares me. I mean, I know Bob Ross is like the epitome of good vibes and everything. But...
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
All right, hold on. I gotta. Okay.
Ready?
I'm as ready as I'm ever gonna be.
Let's
Let's
go.
do it. So
It's not bad.
it tastes blue. Does it taste blue? It tastes blue to me. If blue had a flavor, without being like blueberry, obviously, or like blue raspberry, that's what it would be like. It just tastes blue.
It's got a real like dry taste. It like a real just like
So dry.
like knowing that this is something I would find at the candy store. I'm never.
Novelty.
I never have high expectations. Yeah, when I go get novelty stuff, and this does not exceed those expectations.
No, it does not. I kind of wonder if I'm gonna try something here.
It's okay.
It's another sip. It has good mouthfeel. I don't know if that counts.
It's not very fizzy, and it had like a pungent flavor, like smell to not flavor, a smell to it when you first like smell it, and then it just kind of calms down.
That's perfect.
But you mixed it with the.
You got to do some of the Sour Patch Kid and the Bob Ross stuff.
Okay. Give me the Sour Patch. I get it.
In about roughly equal amounts, and that's great.
Really lightens up the color there.
It does. Still fairly Star Warsy though.
Still a Windexy.
That's exactly what that is. Mixing.
It made me think of like when people. There's that picture online where people like pour like a glass of with ice of like the blue Mountain Dew.
Oh yeah.
And then they pour a glass of ice with Windex and they put the bottles like right there, and
better?
it looks exactly the same.
The results are in. Mountain Dew tastes better than Windex.
Yeah, the Ghost like definitely overpowers the Bob Ross. The Bob Ross doesn't really have anything that like stands out. Like it's blue. Yeah,
It kind of brings the sweetness flavor up just a little bit, maybe more like the sweet part of the Sour Patch Kid.
Yeah. So it kind of tamps down that sour a little bit.
Yeah, not like. I mean, I'm not gonna serve this like a flaming Moe, but.
Yeah, I
brush my teeth twice tonight after all this.
Yeah, am I gonna sleep tonight? I don't know.
I feel like I need a salt to lick thing.
Whoa. Yeah, that Ghost is. I like the Ghost, but I don't know if I could drink that a lot because it's so sour.
That's my thing with most energy drinks is they always come in these giant. What is this? 24-ounce can.
Maybe a 16.
16. Yeah, I think 16 fluid ounces. Yeah.
Yep.
They always come in these 16-ounce cans, and I'm like, an 8 I think would be about right. And if I could get like a micro can, that'd be perfect for me.
Maybe that's our next business idea.
Yeah. I'm gonna cut this part out so we can capitalize on the
Yes,
market.
we don't want these secrets coming through. But we actually make, like you said, the regular size. Would it be a 12-ounce?
Like Red Bull does.
Yeah, Red Bull does small cans.
10-ounce cans? It's a weird size, but it's good.
Well, because they have like a tiny can, which is probably the original, and then they made bigger. They have big cans too.
They do have the larger cans, yeah, but
yeah, you're right. I mean, all these energy drinks. Wouldn't it be better if you could just get like a smaller, like a shot?
yeah,
Like
Well,
Like with this, you're like, oh, I gotta drink this whole dang can.
yeah. Or the Monster Import had a resealable lid.
Yeah.
And so, like, when we worked at the call center, I would get one of those, drink half, seal it, pop it in the fridge, and then save it for the next day. And it was good the next day.
Well, yeah, like all those, like back in the day, like the glory days, you know, they had, wasn't it like NOS?
I never really had the screw top lids.
Screw top, okay.
Or some kind of, they were weird.
Yeah, Monster, they
sealable.
had, because we would buy those at Walgreens, right?
It was only the Monster Imports.
Was that the sugar-free one?
The sealable ones. I don't remember if it was sugar-free.
Because I thought those had lids on them.
Some of them did have like the little twisty lids. Yeah, all the sugar and the phlegm is building up. This is like talking on the mic no-nos right here. Like load up with the sugar and get all that phlegm working.
All right, now you ready to read a book to the audience?
Right.
Okay, so that one. Okay.
So you've had one of these before, you said. This is a Raise Energy.
Yes, I've had that.
Zero sugar. It's a Baja Lamy.
Yeah, oh yeah, I've had that one.
Baja
Because I'm always on the lookout for a good citrus energy drink. Like you give me orange, you give me lemon, you give me lemon lime.
Raise Energy.
I want it.
So zero sugar, zero dyes, has electrolytes and aminos.
So Raise is I actually got into that, when I was getting into Instagram, when I was focused on my car, that I no longer have.
We'll build you a Lego.
Big surprise. Yeah. So I found, influencers on Instagram and like people were, they have a big social media presence, right?
Yeah.
And it's big with like people who work out a lot, like the active lifestyle people.
Yeah.
So Raise is one of those that is like, big on, pre-workout almost type stuff. So
okay.
So all the gym jams and stuff in it, it's probably going to be.
So, top comment. My favorite comment, I sent out a snap to some of my friends with the blue Bob Ross positive energy drink in it, and my favorite response so far is the crushed up blue pill. I think he means from the Matrix.
But that was liquid though. That was a liquid gel, right?
It might have been.
Where did you get those from? Are those look like Trader Joe chips?
Yeah, we have some Trader Joe jerk style plantain chippies. I'm just gonna dump some on the table here.
We're just gonna throw that in there. Can I have a couple?
Yeah, pass those to Nate.
I'm not eating any.
Let me wait. It's got a bird on it there. Okay.
That's how you know it's authentic.
Oh, and they're plantains. They're fancy nanas.
Fancy nanas.
So I guess jerk style means it's spicy, right?
I think that means it's made by jerks. Eli said Windex.
My man.
He's not wrong. It definitely looks like Windex.
Do you guys have a bottle of Windex?
Yeah, you see the things like they clear out the Windex bottle and they put like Gatorade in it?
No, that sounds dangerous.
Josh, I didn't mention
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, no.
I can see how it'd sneak up on you.
I'm gonna try some of these. Might be a nice palate cleanser. I kind of remember now that I dislike plantains.
I'm not a huge plantain fan either, but this makes them palatable to me.
It tastes like
Martin, you should try that one.
Spices.
Try kombucha. Now, don't let the smell dissuade you. Just try it. Just try it. Just try it. Seriously, the flavor is good flavor.
Nate likes it a lot, actually.
Man, he just drank all of it. You like it?
It's like,
Do you get the undertones of gin sock?
I want to hear what he's gonna say.
it's just sparkling water.
Apparently,
Does it taste like raspberry?
the plantain chips have burned off his taste buds.
I'm gonna go look for those. I like those. No, it's gross. I mean, fine. You're gonna be disappointed.
Just tell Nate you're not my real dad.
Don't listen to Josh. still love you. No, I'm not your real dad. See, that one's just, I don't like that one.
All right, so Mark, come here. Talking to the mic, and tell us what you thought of the first one, the kombucha. Get close.
It was just sparkling water, honestly.
Interesting. And what do you think of the Bob Ross energy drink?
It was like the same, but blue raspberry.
But it's positive. What is it? Positive energy?
Positive energy.
It doesn't say that it's raspberry. So we don't know if it's that's what they're going for.
It's blue.
It's blue.
Yeah, the flavor's blue.
Interesting. Well, cool. Now it's past your bedtime. Now that you've had 2 sips of energy drink, go to bed.
Try and sleep.
Try and sleep on that.
Yes.
I'll tell you about it later.
We did. Martin, do you want your chips back?
Oh, yeah.
These are good. I like those. Mm-hmm. You like them?
No.
You don't like them? See, plantains have a very peculiar flavor, or not peculiar, very like
It's a unique flavor.
unique flavor. But this it's just like chips.
Normally, so I don't
Kills
like
the
bananas
plantain
either,
flavor.
but I do like banana chips. And
See, I'm not a huge banana guy.
I'm not either. Banana chips only. I think it's clearly more of like for me a texture thing for the bananas, and they've always been too sweet.
I thought the flavor of those, like the jerk flavor, was
The jerk flavor is
fine.
phenomenal. Yeah.
So what we're gonna do the raise. So what was I blathering on about?
Oh yeah. So in your car Instagram phase.
Yeah, so like all the fitness influencers, well, Ray's, like I said, Ray's has a big, social media push like everybody. So
Yeah.
But you'll find these at like at Hy-Vee. Did you find that in the like the workout supplement aisle with like Bang?
I think it was pretty close. Yeah.
It's like Bang, Ray's. It's a huge market now. There's all kinds of energy drinks now, but Ray's and Bang are both like workout centric, I guess.
Yeah.
Like they have the BCCAA whatevers in them, and they're like, oh yeah, drink this and go pump some iron. Or just drink it and you'll be all jittery.
Right. So maybe I'll crank out some push-ups later or something. Probably wouldn't do me any harm. Yeah. So
That one has a pretty good flavor, as I recall. So I'll be interested to see what you think.
suggested use:
Before workout.
consume 1 can, 16 fluid ounces, of Ray's Energy 20 to 30 minutes before conquering your exercise and/or life.
Told you.
That is
So for me, it's and or life because
quite a statement.
Yeah.
How about before I conquer the next level of Metal Gear Solid 5?
Or before you sit in front of a computer for 8 hours.
Yeah, that. Okay. Do you have got a cupy over there?
This one.
All right.
Very, very clear. Like,
Crystal clear. You could
yes.
convince me that this is like a bubbly or like
Yeah.
flavor adjacent drink.
Yeah. It has a pleasant smell. Kind of a sweet but yet citrusy, Does it say it? It says Baja. Does it have like cactus in it?
It says Baja Lime. Rinse in a cup here. And this is also sucrose free.
What do you think of that? This is the first one with like mucho chemicals in it, like mucho, the workout crud. So.
Right. No protein though, which I think is probably what it's missing.
Really?
0 grams of protein. I have. Oh, you know what I should have gotten? I still can. Have you had the Gatorade with protein?
No. Gatorade with protein.
They're buried in the garage. I know, actually. They're weird. It's a thick Gatorade. It's very weird. Yeah, this is kind of
Is it in a can or in a cart, like a
regular bottle, plastic bottle.
Oh,
They're okay.
okay.
This is kind of weird. I think the hard thing with energy drinks is either it tastes like an energy drink, or it kind of tastes like nothing, and there's not a lot of good balance or flavor.
See, I'm totally okay with just like the regular, like the OG, like Rockstar.
Yeah.
Like the gold colored, Rockstar. I'm like, it just tastes like battery acid. It's fine. It's good.
Yeah, there's no Baja and there's no lime in this. I don't understand.
I can't decide what it is that I taste. It's like
right. It just is.
It's almost like a pina colada kind of ish.
Yeah.
Does it say like? Is there anything else?
Here, I'll pass it down. It's just kind of okay.
The ultimate energy drink.
So I did get one thing that I think we've both had before, and is actually one of my personal favorites, except that
the Rays even says not intended for people under 18 years of age.
Well, that's good.
Give people heart attacks.
I don't know that I'll be drinking that again. Like,
yeah, it's fine. Like, it doesn't blow me away.
Right? It just is kind of it's there. Look, if you need like a caffeine boost and it's zero sugar and it doesn't taste bad.
Yeah, it's fine. It's pleasant.
It's fine.
You're not like cringing while you try and force it down before you get your reps in.
Right. Yeah, you could drink it and be like, okay, that was an okay experience, but it wasn't like good.
You know what we should have gotten? So I kept mentioning Bang, so they're the other like workout one. They have a lot of crazy flavors.
That's true. I have not had any Bangs.
They're similar to this. I will say, like, as I said earlier, I don't drink these before working out. I drink them before working or while working.
Oh.
Yes, before bed. The Bang, I've noticed that it does kind of make me feel kind of jittery, like after when I drink it, because I'm sitting at my desk and doing nothing but working. So that's another one that that you pound down before you go work out.
I think I prefer the call center special, straight coffee. Honestly, like I do. So my favorite energy drink, when I was an energy drink consumer. Actively, I should say, because once in a while I still, especially on road trips or whatever. But
sure.
Actually, nowadays I plan better and I take cold brew with me. Was the Full Throttle Blue Demon. That was my favorite.
Do they make that anymore?
No, they quit making it back when I was drinking energy drinks even too.
Jeez.
So like when I would see one, I'd be like, oh yes, I'm gonna get one, and I'd like save it for like a hard day or whatever, and be like, yeah, it's my reward. And it was
it sugar free or is it?
I can't even tell you. I wasn't really doing sugar free or caring about that in those days. And I was like, man, they were the best. They had such a good flavor that I drank them recreationally instead of just like when I was tired.
You're just like, I wanted some good flavor. Oh,
yeah. Blue Demon, Full Throttle.
I never, even when I didn't care if it was regular or or sugar free or whatever, I never really drank those. I don't know why, but they've been around. Full Throttle was like one of the early ones. So you're talking about like buying and like keep you squirreling it away for like a when you needed it. So again, Reddit. So I found there's an energy drink subreddit.
Oh yeah.
And I figured, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be about people there'll be they take a picture of a can and like, oh, I just found this and tried it. It tastes kind of like this, and which there's a lot of that, but there's also people that like collect the cans.
Yes.
And I'm like, wow. I mean, I know that. I guess I shouldn't be surprised that that's a thing, but I still kind of surprised that there's people that collect energy drink cans.
Remember was it Sobe? Remember those like tea drinks that came, because originally when Sobe started, they came in glass
with the bottle caps.
Yeah,
that had like jokes or sayings and stuff on them.
So I had a friend he collected those, and there was only like 10 flavors or whatever, but some of them were regional, so they were harder to get, especially pre-internet days. So yeah, I remember him. He was like, "Oh yeah, these are my Sobe whatevers," and I was like, "Why?"
Did he drink them, or did he just like drink?
He would buy 2, drink 1, and then save the other.
Yeah, because like,
and I just to each their own. I've got I've got a Batmobile collection. At this point I've got like the Star Wars Samurai action figure collection and Lego, and I mean the list kind of goes on, but like. I don't know. I feel like that's weird even for me. Just saying.
Yeah, because I'm like, I mean, again, like you said, I mean, teach their own, and there's nothing wrong with collecting stuff, but I'm just like, it just strikes me as kind of strange that people are showing off like it's a picture of a bunch of cans, and they're like check out my collection, and I'm like, what?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I think it'd be cool.
I mean,
if you had like a can, or like if you look at some of the early Coca-Cola glass bottles, those are like really cool looking. I think doing like a throwback of those at a premium would be like a moneymaker. But
well, I mean, energy drinks though, I mean, like there's so many different kinds now, and I mean they have so many different designs and stuff. So I mean, I can see why it's kind of cool to, why people would enjoy collecting it. But I'm like, not for me. I wouldn't do that.
Me. Yeah.
I feel like the caffeine's getting to me.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I'm probably like talking faster. I feel like I'm just like, So I don't know.
I do have one more on the table, energy drink wise. Now this is one of my.
That's an OG.
This is my OG. Yeah. This is one of my favorite. Actually, just even in the energy drink realm, it's my favorite. But in the root beer realm, it's probably one of my top 3 favorites.
I've never had this one as a root beer. I've had the original one. The blue bottle.
Yeah, so this is Balls, BAWLS, Guara root beer, Guarana, Guarana.
Guarana? I don't know. I always hear Guarana. I don't know.
Now we're talking like we've had something else. Ruads. It's so hard to say, man. Ruads. Roads? Ruads.
It's like, or like Super Troopers, where it's like,
the ears are laughing, yeah. Anyway, so I had I used to drink the original occasionally. It was harder to come by.
They used to have it at Super Saver.
They did occasionally. They didn't keep it super well stocked though. And they moved the stock around on me, so it was always hard to find.
Didn't they have like a cherry flavor at one time?
There's cherry. There's like a bunch of different flavors now. I don't know if there's a lot of diet ones, which is a bummer, which is why I don't drink it a lot. If they did have like a zero sugar one, I
thought they did.
I probably
that's another one that I think I found at the novelty store.
Oh, I should look. Yeah, we have a place in town called Rocket Fizz.
Wait, where is that now?
Rocket Fizz? It's at South Point.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was already planning to go to South Point today, and then I just found out that they were closed because today's Easter. And then the main place I was going to go was also closed, so I didn't go to either place that I needed to. But
where at South Point is it?
Oh, geez.
You can tell I get out a lot.
Well,
it's at the South Point.
It actually is on the south side of South Point. It's like around
so is
the
it
corner from Banana Republic.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I vaguely know where that is.
It's right next to where Gateway Computers used to be when South Point first opened. Okay. As you're looking at Old Navy from the parking lot to the left.
Okay.
It's like the first hall walkway down.
Rocket Fizz has moved around a lot.
They have. I don't even know if they still have the downtown location anymore, but
they don't.
They used to be a lot cooler. All right. Anyway, so
Balls.
I'm excited for you to try this. Hopefully, this doesn't let me down. This is, as I said, one of my more favorite root beers in general. And for a while, I was a root beer snob a little bit, but no longer.
Let me do this one. Yes.
Has the appropriate caramel color.
Yes, it has a nice color.
It's got a decent head.
Nice fizzy. Yes,
yeah.
the root beer head to it.
Yeah.
Got the nice root beer smell.
Right. Smells, fizzes. Can you hear that? It's showing up on my mic just a little bit.
Here we go. It's not too strong. It's not like, doesn't have like huge like bite to it like some root beers do.
It's a very smooth.
Yeah, it's super smooth.
And it's not marketed as an energy drink, I don't believe. It's just high caffeine soda. It's just kind of its own.
So
the bottle's really cool. It's glass bottle. It's got these little like textured like
rivets
dots on them.
Little bumps.
Good grippage. But yeah, it's just it's really good. It's not really.
It's only a 10-ounce bottle.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't have a sharp bite like Barks used to. It doesn't have even though it has a lot of high fructose corn syrup in it. It doesn't have that overbearing corn syrup flavor. solid fizz. It's honestly just for a smooth root beer that tastes like root beer. This has got to be in my top. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in my top 3 root beers.
What are the other 2?
Sparky's is at number 1.
Never had Sparky's.
It's hard to find. Rocket Fizz used to have it, and then they changed rules and stuff, and they couldn't get it anymore. And then number 2 might be Balls. Okay. Number 3 is kind of a tie between Hank's and Virgil's. Hank's is really, really good too.
I think I've had Hank's.
Easier to find too. Virgil's also.
What's the one that's like comes in the glass bottle and it's like Western themed and they have like root beer and they have sarsaparilla? Sioux City. Mm-hmm. So where does that rank in your root beer?
I don't remember.
Pantheon.
Not good enough for me to rank it.
Okay.
And that doesn't mean it's bad. I haven't had it in a really long time. Again, a lot of these don't come in sugar-free. Virgil's is starting to. I actually have some sugar-free Virgil's. What did I get? Cream soda, vanilla soda, or something. The downside is that, of course, it has that sugar-free taste.
Yeah.
But I mean, still, it's solid for what it is. But yeah, this is one of my favorites right here.
So I just Googled, not randomly, very specifically, Googled best root beers, and the top hit is an article by allrecipes.com talking about trying a bunch of different root beers, and this one not on their list, but I mean that's not surprising because it's like an energy soda-ish, even though I know it's not marketed that way. Mm-hmm. Do you care to hear the list?
Give me the top 3.
Well, so they have best overall runner. Okay, I can give you the top 2.
Give me the best overall.
Best overall Red Arrow root beer.
Okay, I don't know that I've had that one actually.
That one looks really old timey, like glass bottle. The brown glass bottle with old timey logo. Runner up, Henry Weinhard's Gourmet Root Beer.
Henry Weinhard's.
So I've heard of that one. Oh, okay. I've seen that one before, yeah.
I will point out these are my personal favorites. And I make no bones about them being like the best because I'm not like a super connoisseur by any means.
Sure. No, but you like them. So interestingly, they have a best diet root beer.
Ooh.
For this.
Okay.
I was surprised when I saw this.
A&W.
No.
Okay.
Zevia. Like
okay.
the Uber low calorie or 0 calorie diet root I always see this stuff at the store because they have different flavors, like they have cola and whatever, and I'm just like, nah, I've never had it. I see it and I'm just like, that is trash.
Might need to try it, I guess.
I guess so.
Maybe we might have to have a follow-up episode of best diet sodas.
Oh yeah,
that we could try. Diet/0.
Now,
I feel like those are 2 categories.
Are we going to do diet just all diet sodas? Or are we going to do diet caffeinated or just diet?
I don't know. We'll have to think about that. I'd be open to a little of both.
Because sometimes I like to have an evening soda, and I don't want to be caffeinated.
We just found Coca-Cola 0 sugar, 0 caffeine. Because my son wants to try some of this stuff, but I'm we're very caffeine light with him because he's only in 7th grade.
And 7th grade.
His life is full of energy. He doesn't need anything more.
I remember being in 7th grade and walking home from school, stopping at the gas station and getting a giant bottle of Surge.
Surge. Yeah.
But I was, if I was, following the, the rules of my father, I shouldn't have been drinking that at all. So,
Yeah, Craig, if you're listening.
Sorry, Dad.
Nate's sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, well, let's think about that. Maybe let's do a diet recap here, maybe in a few months.
I think that's a good idea. Just diet sodas. Now, so we had, what did we have? 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things.
Yeah. Not including the
Eggnog?
eggnog. Should we open that? Do you think? Is that a good way to end the
Well,
night?
we opened it. I actually opened it at home a little.
Tamper
but
the
sure, yeah, why not? Just
tamper the caffeine. Have that sugar crushed down on us. So my in-laws at the holidays, they can't do straight nog. They do eggnog mixed with either root beer or cream soda.
Oh, well, and I just randomly poured it into my glass that had root beer in it, so...
Yeah, so I was thinking I might do a little balls in there. I always feel like the eggnog, the Easter eggnog is sweeter. And this might be in my head. I'm willing to admit this.
I mean...
I feel like it's sweeter than standard nog.
I feel like it doesn't have the same spice to it. Like, it doesn't have that same...
Right? Maybe
noggy flavor.
Maybe it's the same. It's just missing the spice.
Because it's not Christmas.
Because it's not Christmas. Interesting.
What about the Halloween nog? Does that... Now, the Highland, they're the ones that also do, like, the Halloween-themed box with, like, the ghosts and stuff on it.
Uh-huh. I shouldn't look at this. Why am I looking at this?
Don't do it. Put it down.
Dietary fiber, none. Oh, that's I shouldn't. Oh, jeez.
I'm trying to get more fiber in my diet, so I started drinking more eggnog, and I found out there's no fiber in it.
Dang, there's a serving is half a cup. So I remember when we were working at our first job together, like we could pack. We had to get 2 of these. Like, what is this? A pint? Quart? 2 quarts of eggnog because it was one for you and one for me. And like, and now I'm like, no, I gotta savor it out. I can't drink it like I used to.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy what you can consume when you're a teenager.
I think it's interesting for me because as a kid, we would only get it for Christmas Eve and sometimes for New Year's. And it wasn't like Christmas season we would have it on hand. It was Christmas Eve. Mm-hmm. We could have eggnog. And we would only get 1 of these, and there was, 3 of us for a while, and then when my sister was born and old enough to drink it, there was 4, so that means, like, it didn't stretch as far as it used to, but it was, like, my favorite Christmas thing. So then, like, when I got old enough to, like, buy my own stuff, I was like, it's staying on tap. If I could have it, like, come from a spigot in my house during the holidays, I would.
What if...
like, my kids have picked up on that. Maybe that's a bad thing, where they're like, we're almost out of eggnog. Go to the store, Dad.
Eggnog alert!
Eggnog alert.
Like a button they just hit wherever. So like you get an alert wherever you are. They're just like, and you're like burp 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 burp. Oh my God, we're out of eggnog.
Yeah, the eggnog signal in the sky, Robin.
Okay, another business idea. Maybe we should cut this out. What if you could get eggnog straight from the cow?
Don't you? I thought it was just English cows that produce eggnog. Isn't that how they get? American cows produce milk. English cows produce eggnog. Yeah. Brown cows produce chocolate milk.
Yep.
Sunburned cows produce strawberry milk.
I guess. Yeah. So I had never had eggnog until I was, like in high school. Like I had it.
Really?
I don't know if I had it with you first or if I had it because I worked at a grocery store.
Wow. Because
I remember, speaking of drinking a lot of eggnog, so, when I would work on, like, Christmas Eve, they would have a bunch of food available, up in the break room. And they would have, like, the small... God, what are those... You know how you get those individual plastic bottles of milk?
Yeah. Like they're...
I don't know what size... they're, like...
10 to 12 ounces.
Something like that.
Something like that.
So they had eggnog. Like, they had a bucket of ice, with drinks in it and, like, soda or whatever, and there was eggnog. And so I just grabbed one of those, and I was like, yeah. I'm just like, I drank a lot of eggnog back in high school and college.
So one of our game night friends actually one year made homemade eggnog. And that's got a very different consistency and flavor than the store-bought.
And
as you'd expect.
I'd never had homemade eggnog.
I'll see if he'll make it for us sometime. Because it's worth trying. And it was very weird but good. And I think it's time. It's been a while since he's made it. I don't know what his problem is.
So I feel like if you mention eggnog to, like, you talk about drinking eggnog to just like to like non-Adventists, they're gonna say alcohol.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, well, I never have eggnog without booze.
To any group that drinks period.
Eggnog. Well,
Alcohol.
Sorry. Yes.
Yeah. When you say eggnog, they assume you're mixing it with Bailey's or.
I don't even know what.
I don't
even know what the typical mix in for eggnog is.
Yeah.
But I've never had like traditional eggnog, I guess, like the way you're supposed to have. I've never had the homemade, like you said, or I've never had homemade with booze. And I like it just fine, just regular eggnog from the store.
Same. Sometimes I get the pumpkin or the vanilla.
Yeah.
Rarely the vanilla, actually, but sometimes the pumpkin one.
Have you had the don't they do like a light, like more like a flavored milk thing, like a light eggnog?
Yeah, there are light ones. There's some brands too that I found are I prefer. Highlands is fine, but you can tell it's kind of, I don't know, overproduced. The Southern Comfort I definitely prefer, and then
which is interesting because I know there's no booze in it, but that's a booze company.
Yeah.
So.
Well, apparently they made it right. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, they make it without. So yeah. So yeah. They gosh, I'm babbling. So I've had like, you can like around Christmas time they sell the bottles, like booze bottles, like pre-mixed, and I've tried that and I'm like, it's always really strong because I drink alcohol occasionally. I'm not a huge fan of this pre-mixed eggnog because it doesn't have any of like that thick creaminess of the like this eggnog here. It's really runny. And it's basically just like dumping. It's just like really high alcohol content. So it's really like
this stuff weirds me out because it's not refrigerated too.
Right.
So I'm always like, well, is there actual eggnog in it, or is it just like eggnog, like kind of like what's that sparkling water that's always flavor adjacent? I'm trying to blank.
LaCroix.
LaCroix. Is it just like LaCroix where it's like made in the presence of eggnog?
So yeah, I mean, it's definitely like. The booze is most prevalent in there. You're not getting. I feel like it's not a very good eggnog experience because it's just like creamy booze.
Okay.
Which, I mean, I guess some of that's okay, like the Baileys or whatever. There's other ones out there, but I'm like
more eggnog every time.
I think it would be better. Now I don't know if this would mess up the flavor profile or the consistency if you were to just like take alcohol and mix it with this eggnog here. I don't know how do you you booze drinking heathens, how do you guys do it?
Well, it's
no offense intended.
It's kind of interesting that so when I tell people when I first started drinking eggnog, let me back that up. Hold on, I'm gonna add that out. All the caffeine must be making me like turn to mush.
I'm really jittery and just
I go for a quick run. I feel like I'm talking like Ben Shapiro.
Yeah. So when you say like 10, okay, so like what if? No, sorry.
Okay. What if? See, he fundamentally does not understand what it means. Sorry.
You do a really good Shapiro impression.
Yeah. Okay, so
real quick. No, actually, you go. No, you go first.
So it's interesting that you bring up like how do you determine that ratio? Because that's what I asked like my in-laws. I'm like, well, you just kind of let your heart decide how thick you want it or whatever, and you experiment. And so I was weirded out by that because I'd never, anytime I'd mixed eggnog with anything, it was like as a goof, right? It was meant to be funny.
We did it with Mountain Dew.
Yeah, Doonod, which became like a weird tradition for a little while, and we kind of put that aside. Maybe we'll have to bring that back this year. It was always like, haha, look what we're doing. And then they did it in such earnest. And then when I told somebody else about it, they were like, oh yeah, well that makes sense because that's how I mix eggnog with my, whatever schnapps or Baileys or whatever. And they're like, oh yeah. And then you pour your own rather than buying the premix so you can get the ratio how you like it. If you want eggnog with a little other in it,
that makes sense.
Great. And if you want other with a little eggnog in it, great. And so like that's how I do it sometimes. Like even now I had like a little root beer in the bottom of my glass, put the eggnog on top, and I was like, oh yeah, it does give a nice flavor to it.
So that makes sense. Like the premix, like the stuff the super uber alcoholic stuff, the real runny stuff. I think that's just like eggnog, boozy eggnog in a pinch. Like, if you have no other option and you have to have eggnog with booze, you do this, I guess. Or if you're not able to get to a grocery store and buy eggnog and alcohol, sure. If you're just at the liquor store and you're like, yes, I need eggnog and I need alcohol now, I will take this. Otherwise, I would say avoid it because it's not great.
It's probably just one of those like holiday tradition things. Like, why do we drink eggnog at Christmas time? It's not like eggnog has some special significance around the holidays. And maybe there's a reason. I don't know. I haven't done the research, but
I don't know. That would be interesting.
It's kind of like eggs. How did those become strictly a breakfast food? They just are. That doesn't mean you can't have them at other times.
Right. But they're synonymous with breakfast.
Yeah.
You're like breakfast food, you're like eggs and bacon.
Yeah. If you say I'm having eggs and bacon, they presume, oh, well, you're having breakfast for dinner. Well, no, why can't it just be dinner?
It's just dinner.
And I think that's the same thing. That is almost like a Shapiro style rant, isn't it? And it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing, okay? It doesn't mean that you can't have it that time. It just means that you do. And that, you see, is the social norm of how we treat these things.
Oh my god!
And so the pre-mixed stuff is probably just that. It's like it's their interpretation of like what the holidays entail. Is like you think Christmas and you think eggnog, and you also drink alcohol. So ergo, just buy that.
I think you're giving them too much credit though, because
Shapiro or the alcohol drinkers.
No, I think the people that wait. Are you talking about the people that put it in the bottle, like mix it together?
Yeah.
So I think you're giving them too much credit. I think they're just like, we need to capitalize on eggnog and buy some crappy eggnog flavor and mix it with our rot gut booze.
Yeah, that probably is. You know what? You're probably exactly right. It's just like they're barrels of whatever that didn't turn out properly, and they're like, you know what? Dump some of this in there. Let's pretend it's eggnog. There's a little spice. Bottle it.
Ugh. Okay, so when I almost interrupted you before. So I was wondering what the typical mixers were for eggnog, the alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Rum, brandy, or bourbon.
Yeah.
And Brown, whoever, I guess the person they were talking to for this article, likes to start with a combination of dark rum and cognac. No need to go premium, so apparently you can use cheap.
I think when you're cutting something with dairy that has a very overpowering flavor, the quality is probably irrelevant.
Yeah, you don't like. I would think my ideal would be I don't want to taste the alcohol. I want to taste the eggnog, and I want to get the effects of the alcohol, right?
Okay.
Or I want to feel like that warm and fuzzy inside, right? I don't want to like have to like cringe every time I take a drink, and I'm like, like here we go. So again, that's what you get when you buy the pre-mixed stuff.
Okay.
So I am firmly in the camp now of never doing that again, because do not recommend. It's trash.
I wish. So one thing that I do wish. So I don't. We've established before, I believe, I'm a teetotaler.
Yes.
Okay. I don't drink alcohol
fine.
at all.
That's fine. That's nothing wrong. I'm pretty sure Ben Shapiro does he drink? I don't think he drinks either.
I don't think he. Right? Because he's fundamentally Jewish, right? He's got the yarmulke.
I have no idea. I don't know.
Open invitation for Ben Shapiro to appear on the Open Eclectic. I said it. There we go. That would be such an exciting. Anyway, one thing I do wish though is especially any brand that did it, I would buy their stuff. Since eggnog is such a holiday specific drink, like have it come out in like a fancy like glass bottle, like the Baileys or whatever. Just obviously just eggnog. And
so it would be refrigerated. In a glass.
Burbox, which is a local dairy to Nebraska, and they do their milk in glass bottles still, and they do rotating flavors. So they actually do like an eggnog, but it's just in their standard bottles, which is fine because you pay a deposit on them, and then you like get that back and stuff when you go to the store.
Okay.
And they do, I don't know, strawberry chocolate. They used to do root beer milk, which was really good. Anyway, they are the closest. And it's just their average bottle, but it's glass, and it looks kind of nice. Not really that nice. No,
is that the one you get?
Practical.
Hy-Vee?
Yeah, Hy-Vee has a It's almost exclusively through Hy-Vee. But yeah, I would love to have an eggnog distributor who was just like, you know what? Enjoy the holidays in style. Here's our $50 bottle of eggnog, and it's just glass.
They'd be like, wait, you don't want any alcohol? And you're like, yes. I just want an eggnog.
$5 milkshake.
I would buy that.
I would buy it. I would get one or two, and then I would like refill, with
Josh,
the cheap stuff.
Business idea.
Okay. I mean...
Okay, how much extra work is it? Okay, dairy product producers, open invitation. Come on, tell us how you make eggnog. And is it harder to produce that than milk? Or
I don't know. I just periodically like Coca-Cola does that, right? Where they're like vintage style, not with the cocaine, in the glass
cocaine.
bottles or whatever, and you're like, yeah, that's fun, and it kind of takes you back a little bit, and I guess, and
cane sugar.
So just do that with the eggnog. Like, give me a fancy bottle.
Do you think if there was a dairy that only produced eggnog, would they be profitable?
I don't know. I think now this is based on my very no experience, basically no knowledge.
I have no knowledge of this, so.
I think it would depend a lot on, of course, marketing. And like the state of their cows, / chickens, eggnog.
Yes, eggs.
Modern eggnog is like closer to milk than traditional eggnog, if I remember correctly. So I think it would really depend on, one, if they produce like a really good quality eggnog, and two, like you always hear about dairy farms, and they're like, they're abusing the cows and pumping them full of hormones, which they 100% believe they are. So if you could do like a woke farm, I don't know how else to describe it, but like, not woke is not bad. I apologize.
Open,
yeah,
free
like
range.
open range, free range, where they're not like the cows aren't pumped full of hormones or whatever.
So your production would be lower, but it would be higher quality.
Yeah, like my dad told me. My dad works in Vegas. Las Vegas, Nevada, and he met some coffee farmers from Hawaii.
Ooh.
And they like inherited this land, and they didn't know what to do with it. And then apparently they said, you know what, let's grow some Kona. Let's see if we can make some money on this. So their livelihoods is them growing a very small crop of coffee, and then they pick it themselves and harvest it and roast it and everything, and then they bring it stateside once a year, and they sell their bags of coffee, and they sell them for like,
so that's their
$300 a bag for
that's
these
their
beans.
entire year of work. Like that's their income, like that one trip.
Yeah. So I think it is, as far as I know, like he's not friends with them. It's just somebody he met in his restaurant.
So if your quality is high enough,
so I think it's possible. I don't know if there's eggnog snobs like there is coffee snobs.
Would they just be foodies? Like, would just be like food people? I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they would appreciate a good eggnog, but they wouldn't be serious enough about it to want to get on this.
I'm the most interested eggnog drinker I know.
Yeah, I would say so. Me too.
I rarely meet anybody else who's like, yes,
eggnog season.
And I do, and that's how I treat it. I'm like, first egg, because I don't count the Easter eggnog.
No, it's the Halloween eggnog.
It's the Halloween eggnog, and always like I take a picture and I send it to all my friends. I'm like, first eggnog of the year, guys. It's a holiday, and let's celebrate.
I can attest to this.
Because it's just, again, it's those memories and nostalgia for me. But
because eggnog is synonymous with cold weather, holidays, like, fall. So like an Easter eggnog, you're just kind of like, hey, it's eggnog, but also it's like, what the hell? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah. And even the Halloween eggnog, like, I kind of don't like that they do it. I would rather it be, closer to Thanksgiving, but it's close enough. It's close enough, and it tastes the same, and I enjoy it, and I celebrate it every year.
Cold outside, and leaves are on the ground. I mean, you might even have snow.
Sometimes you do.
Yeah.
So it's great. It's warm feelings for me.
Agree. I like it.
So I said I was going to taste some of this Witch's Brew is what I'm going to call it.
Do you remember what's in that?
Vaguely. Moscow Mule.
Okay, Moscow Mule.
Kombucha.
Oh yeah. So, did you put the rays in there?
I really don't remember. Oh, and it's the remnants from my orange espresso, which is why it looks like
dirty water.
brackish water. Yeah.
Blech. All right.
So as promised,
All I have left is I just have the orange stuff left.
Yeah, I'm not. It's questionable. But I should put some of these plantain chips in here too.
No.
No?
No.
Is that where we draw the line?
Yes.
Weird place to draw the line. Slightly better.
Better than what?
Any of those things individually.
So they add to each other. They complement.
I mean, slightly better. 0.001% better.
I mean, you didn't like vomit instantly, and like
that was a concern because it looks terrible.
it does.
This is what I imagine.
It actually looks like a cider, like a real thick cider.
the kombucha look like. Yeah, it's kind of brownish though. Cider's still. Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. It definitely looks like something that could be a water treatment plant.
Yeah.
Going into the plant.
This is what the Flint water looked like.
It's
In hindsight, that's what they should have done to fundraise is sold bottles of Flint water on like Amazon or eBay. Like just found a bottling company to like bottle it, seal it, and be like, this is the Flint water. You know, the profits go to like correct this problem.
But who's
I would've
gonna
bought it.
look at it and like, okay, so they'd be purely buying it for fundraiser because they would have to be
Nobody's
insane
gonna
to
drink
want to
it.
drink it.
Yeah. I don't know. Lemons and lemonade, hindsight. Maybe somebody tried it. I bet somebody did. I don't know.
Well, there's some video that goes around every so often of like allegedly of a farmer from Nebraska going to like a city council meeting, and he's like, they're talking about fracking, right?
Yeah.
You know, and it's always posted with like, he dumps out of like one of those big styrofoam cups into a clear glass. So like this is our water after fracking, right?
Yeah.
And it looks like that. And they always say like, oh, the council members, you know, that he's talking to, they said that they would be willing to drink a glass of water from this process.
Sure.
But apparently that's not true. He was just showing what the water looks like. I don't think they actually agreed to or said before they saw it that they would drink it. But
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. This it just goes to show this water, this beverage that I just sipped a little of looks terrible.
You should take a picture of that.
I should. I will. I'll wait and do like an artistic picture so it can go on our whatever on our gram page.
Oh, someone. Okay, so I sent a picture of the Bob Ross. Someone said Pepsi Blue. Java juice.
Java juice. Ah. You
Well,
want a cup of Java juice?
Well, what's the blue milk that Luke drinks?
Is that Nerf milk?
Probably.
So I don't know that we see Java juice, now that I'm thinking about it, in the wars. There is I'm sure there's like a version at like Galaxy's Edge or whatever. And now, yeah, so I just, I don't know if there is one. People look like there's some really fun interpretations. Anyway.
There's a juice box.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's a Java juice recipe. Cool.
You want a cup of Java juice? Oh, yes, thank you.
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
Oh, someone... Huh. All right. So, haven't like crashed yet from this, late night devil's brew that we've been...
Right? So we didn't drink a ton.
No, we had a little bit of each.
Yeah, I've got these funky glasses that these originally had tiramisu in them from the old Costco. But they came in these little glass containers.
Perfect for
getting
little...
They can hold
drinks.
I would say if you're measuring vaguely like I am, because I haven't like measured them out, I believe you can comfortably fit 4 shots of espresso in one of these. And we probably put like less than, I have small fingers, Well, this is about less than a finger's width on some of them, just to try them, because I did not want to get wired.
Yeah. So it's probably all it's all in my head. Feeling like I'm...
Well, hopefully it's
jittery.
like hitting you, because it's the B vitamins and some of those things that really push the caffeine and the energy.
Could be.
So you're probably going to get that, and then like maybe flush with some... I'm going to flush with some water tonight and hope for the best.
Yeah, they're probably like, we don't reckon. They're like, you guys did what? You drank like 5 different kinds?
Yeah.
You actually created a deadly elixir.
Blue shadow virus. Yeah.
Yeah,
Could have been.
So, okay.
That was fun, though.
Huh?
I think that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was good. I
for
enjoyed
me.
that. We should do that with other things.
I think so. So tell me, okay, which of these, besides the eggnog, which of these is your favorite?
I was just going to ask you that. I would probably say... Probably the kombucha, honestly.
Really?
I would say the kombucha.
My goodness.
Well, because, like, I really can't see myself, like, I mean, I have in the past, at least, definitely the Rays, I've drank that one, but, like, thinking about it right now, I'm like, I don't really want to drink an entire can of any of these. I guess the root beer. I would,
Yeah.
probably kombucha and root beer. Probably, those would be my top ones.
Yeah. I mean, the Balls root beer is by far my favorite.
Yeah.
I was trying to see if there was a caffeine content on.
Yeah, I was looking for that too, but I don't see.
I'm sure we could Google it.
I could Google it. I know how to Google. Ball.
But the Balls was good. I think the,
caffeine.
my second, I guess, might be the Ghost Sour Patch Kid.
How many ounces is that?
That was pretty good. 10 ounces of root beer.
CaffeineInformer.com says a 16-ounce can. Does Balls come in cans?
Didn't know it did.
I don't know if it does. It says it has 102 milligrams, but
For the root beer?
I think this is not right. It says 16 fluid ounce, so clearly that's not right because it says 10, right? I don't know. They say 102 milligrams, probably a little bit less. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Balls contains... So what I found says...
I went to their official website.
Oh, there you go. 6.38 milligrams of caffeine per fluid ounce.
They do have cans, though. They have a 16-ounce can.
Oh, cool.
Mixing with... I was just going to say, I was going to say earlier, would you make a root beer float with
Oh,
that?
yeah. That'd be great.
Yeah, I don't know if they say...
Huh.
I can't find the caffeine content on here. Like, the nutrition information doesn't list it.
Weird.
It just... Yeah.
But yeah, the Balls is definitely my favorite. I think the Sour Patch Kid Energies was reasonable. Like, I would consider drinking it again. The Bob Ross one was...
It was just like...
It's kind of... I don't know.
It was like drinking a cardboard box or something.
I think it maybe had phthalo blue in there. I don't know. I think mixing that with the Sour Patch Kid one was pretty decent. Of course, the Bob Ross one is not sucrose free. Yeah, 78% of your daily value in sugars in this can for the Bob Ross one. Serving size is 1 can too, so that's like...
I wouldn't want to blow that many calories on that.
Right, 160 calories.
I think it's purely... I mean, I know they're getting by on the novelty of having Bob Ross on it, and that's clever and all, but...
I don't think it's meant to be drank, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. I'm like, this stuff is not...
It's
for goofs. It's for laughs.
Yeah, for the fun of it, try something new.
Bob
Like we
Ross.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of that Bob Ross stuff is like that. That's okay. I buy it anyways.
Now, the Sour Patch, I like the Sour Patch Kids, but I don't know if it's one that I could sit down and drink all of it.
I think I could split one. Again, the cans are too big for me. I need like a
If you
regular
could
size can.
if that had a resealable, had a screw-on cap or something,
right?
Yeah, then you could just kind of ration it out.
Yeah. So the Balls is a nice twist on.
So yours is Balls and Sour Patch Kids are your...
Yeah, those are my... Because I don't know if the Balls counts as like part of the energy drink pool. but it's close enough.
I mean, I always think of it as a energy type. It's not a traditional. It's not one of those like the hip 16-ounce can,
Right. It's got its own.
Although apparently they have those.
Yeah.
Okay, what was your least favorite?
The kombucha.
Really?
Oh man, it was.
Are you? Can I just
I'm
take
done.
that?
Yeah,
Can I just have
absolutely.
that?
The kombucha was by far my least. I couldn't.
Gym socks.
I would never. I don't know that I'll ever try kombucha again.
See, I like it. Has a nice like tart to it. I don't know. I just like it.
It feels like I don't know, just gross. Maybe, and maybe too. It's one of those things where like
Really low calorie too.
if you go to a place that specializes in it, maybe they could recommend one that would suit my palate better. So I won't say no kombucha ever again, but
It all like honestly, because I was saying earlier, like on our trip, we got some from a store, and I had some in a bottle, a bottle of it prior. It all kind of tastes the same.
oh really? Interesting.
Like it all kind of has that underlying flavor. So if you're not a fan of that, you're probably not gonna like any of them,
I'm probably not gonna like any of them then.
unless it's an acquired thing.
I mean, sure, but I don't continue to consume things I dislike.
I gotta power through this. I'm gonna like it someday. Okay,
That's why I don't run.
yeah. That's what they always say. Like, you run enough, you're gonna get to that point where you actually enjoy it. And I was like, you're chasing the runner's high, and I'm like, that never happens. It
So
doesn't happen.
my theory is that people who run and say they enjoy it are self-deluding, and they're lying to themselves
Yeah,
so they can
could
keep
be.
doing it.
Yeah.
And you know what? Good for you guys to stay
Whatever
healthy.
motivates them to do it.
Yeah, I just that's my theory. I enjoy riding my bike though. I haven't
There
done
you
it in a
go.
while, but I enjoy that. I should do that more. I'm gonna have to work off this sugar.
True. Okay, so your least favorite was kombucha.
Yes, which was your favorite. So that's kind of an interesting flip
Yeah.
there.
Mine, I would probably say.
You know what?
I need.
I will even say that the kombucha was my least favorite after the orange and espresso.
Oh yeah, I guess we didn't even consider that.
The orange espresso was not super great.
Orange espresso would be at the bottom.
I think you need a higher ratio of juice, is what I say every time I drink it, and then every time I forget to like pump it up. So
I had to try the ginger one again just to see.
yeah,
It's not unpleasant. It's just strong in all like the wrong ways. Okay, so I would say my least favorite
mercy.
would probably be orange juice. No. Yeah, orange juice espresso,
Yeah, fair.
Bob Ross,
Ooh, okay.
and ginger.
Yeah.
Those are my bottom three.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. Well, there you have it, folks. And these are just random ones that I saw. Like, I almost grabbed a different one of the ghost ones because they had, Sour Patch. I can't remember what the other one was. It was another candy themed one. And I saw my son was with me and he was like, no, get the Sour Patch one. I was like, yeah. And he goes, do it.
He has spoken.
I was like, well, I don't care. Yeah.
I have spoken.
And I actually didn't see the Bob Ross one. He found it at the store. He was like, hey, look what I found. Do you want to try this?
So you found that at Hy-Vee?
Yeah, that was at Hy-Vee.
Wow.
All of these from Hy-Vee. Except for the eggnog, because you brought that. But I'm pretty sure you can get that at
Super
Hy-Vee.
Saver.
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah.
And
okay.
the espresso came from... it was locally roasted espresso from our local coffee roasters.
Oh. Who are?
No, that's what they're called, the coffee roasters.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm like, which local coffee
So
roasters?
they're close to another shop that also has an equally, I don't want to say dumb name, but kind of a dumb name. And they're just called the Printers.
Oh.
So I don't know if Captain Obvious was their marketing guy, but like, it's really annoying because like the company I work for, not my company, uses several different printers. And so when somebody says that they're off to the Printers, we're like, okay, the Printers or like a Printers?
See, in my line of work, if I were to, coming from like IT, I hear the printers, I'd be like, what's wrong with it? Is it not working? Or,
Yeah. So it's just a little too vague and not specific enough. Like I get it that you want to be the Printers, but
That's kind of funny.
and it's same for the coffee roasters. I think it's just the coffee roaster.
Huh. Yeah. I mean, I guess it's little bold of them to think that they can put a corner on the market for the that whole.
Yeah, my favorite though, just because it worked out so well for them. There's a company called Namesake Coffee, and the reason they called it that is because their last name, the last name of the owners, is Beans.
Oh wow!
And like it was
spelled like
beans? Like beans.
Wow.
Yeah, and so like their coffee company is Namesake Coffee because coffee beans and stuff.
I like that.
Yeah.
Now, do they like explain that at all, like in their like labels or?
I think they do. There's some stuff. They have really
because it'd be kind of. I mean,
packaging
it'd be cool either way. I think
Yeah, like they could have called themselves like Beans Coffee or something, or but Namesake just kind of works.
Or if they just didn't explain it, they're just like, yeah, we're Namesake.
Yeah, that would have been also fine.
Cool. Well, should we wrap it up?
I think so. I think we've.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening, coming on this adventure, which hopefully will this format will continue, like we said, with other things. If you have suggestions for stuff we should try and talk about while we're trying them, let us know. Nothing illegal, nothing mind-altering.
Didn't one of these cans say it was mind-altering? I'm pretty sure it was on the can.
Oh. Well, it's like focus. They all talk about focus.
I think that counts as mine.
Okay.
So it reminds me of Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, when Jim Carrey is like going to get his like memories wiped. And he's like, it's not going to cause any like brain damage, right? And the guy's like, well, technically it is brain damage.
Such a good movie.
I kind of feel like that's how they're like, no mind-altering effects. Well,
let's just say caffeine, for the purposes of this show, that's the hardest we're going to go. It's caffeine.
I think I can agree with that.
Yep. Anyway, so like what do they call those YouTube shows where like you just get a bunch of food and eat it? What do they call those? Or like
just review stuff.
No, but it's got a specific name, like a I can't remember what it is. I'll have to look it up.
Our listeners are probably screaming at the you idiots! Did you not know it's?
Yeah, it's got it. This is. I can't think of what it's called. Anyway, they just get a bunch of like different food and they just eat it, and like it's YouTube, like a YouTube thing. So
like the reacts.
Yeah,
that's usually what I see. It's like this celebrity from the UK reacts to American food, or like American whatever reacts to whatever. Or
yeah,
I've seen a few videos where it's this guy on TikTok who like he said that his primary music has always been rap, and so then he will like experiment by listening to like Pink Floyd for the first time, or AC/DC, or sometimes country, and some of those reactions are humorous. I can't watch them a lot, but yeah, so that's reaction videos. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, mukbang. That's it.
Mukbang.
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 Also known as an eating show. Consume various quantities of food while interacting with.
It's like the Hot Ones.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. We could do it with food, whatever. Maybe someday we're gonna get into the YouTube realm.
Maybe.
Because I feel like this would be a fun thing to film. But anyway.
Yeah. Maybe.
All right. Well. Thanks again for listening. You know where to find us online. The Open Eclectic.
All the usual suspects.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Ko-Fi.
Let us know what your
MySpace.
favorite energy drink is.
Yep. And look out for that Batman episode after this one. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
Good night. Thank you so much for listening. You can find The Open Eclectic on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and MySpace. Want us to ramble on about something specific, or have a comment on what you just heard? Send us an email at theopeneclectic@gmail.com. We now have a Ko-Fi if you feel like supporting the show. That's ko-fi.com/theopeneclectic. Or support the show by leaving us a review. Thanks. We hope you'll join us again next time on The Open Eclectic.
what you call him, a Chewbacca monster.
A Wookiee?